Loosen it up, boys.
It's recording.
We're Eaten by Sharks. We're a tech death band from Niagara, Ontario, Canada. I'm Chris. I play lead guitar.
Justin on drums.
Ty on bass.
And on rhythm guitar. Matt on vocals.
I think what inspires us.
We're expired. We're past our expiry dates.
Well, we create music so we can, get together. We're all really good friends. We've known each other for a long time, and we all kind of have that grind of life, working jobs and stuff like that. So it's nice to do something that we actually, really are passionate about, and the extreme metal genre is something that we kind of all have a similarity in. I think there's nothing like, creating something from scratch. It's like your baby, right? You make this thing, it flourishes, you jam it, you figure it out, you grind it through the meat grinder, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got a song together, and then, hearing that recording back at the end of the day is like, I think one of the best things I've ever felt. I think I speak on behalf of everybody when I say that. The name comes from the ocean and sharks, and that's it. Thank you. Actually,
Good work.
when we were forming this band, we were trying to make something that was a little bit more brutal, a little bit more progressive than stuff we've done in the past. Right, Tyler?
That's right.
Okay, start again. We wanted to start something that was more brutal, more extreme, as far as songwriting was concerned. So we wanted something that was going to be kind of match up with that type of a vibe. A good friend of mine, somebody who started the band with, this guy Dave, he had a great idea, and he said, we'll call it Eaten by Sharks. And right away, just hearing that name, it kind of stuck right away. And so, like I said, we like to write extreme music, and it fits it perfectly, because being eaten by a shark is pretty brutal and extreme. But we also like the fact that we can lend different oceanic, kind of nautical themes to it as well, giving us some cool imagery or artwork that we can use to kind of promote the name, have a little bit of something extra to it, maybe something different.
Our album, Eradication, comes out August 26th of this year. It is our tribute to all things heavy, horror, and gory. Our boys here on the instruments, they really put together some finger picklers for us all, and I just like to throw down some horror chops over it all. We went to Christian Donaldson from Cryptopsy to produce our album, so it has a really heavy feel to it and vibe. I try to bring the listener through a first-person perspective of a horror story, sort of. We got a little bit of nautical horror. We got some the ills of humankind, just the low side of humanity. We've got a little bit of anger in there. Just all things metal.
A lot of anger. I think we're into the anger thing. Yeah,
a lot.
Well, as far as getting the concept and everything, we approached a guy from Instagram. His name is Shindy Designs. He was doing some cool designs for some other really awesome bands. Some of them that we saw were he did some shirt designs for Arcspire, I believe, and some other cool things like that. So we threw him the idea of Eaten by Sharks, and he got back to us with a few different concepts. We really liked the one that we ended up going with, which was there's a kind of a cityscape with the ocean. There's these big kaiju monsters and Atlantean people riding these shark-like beasts impending on the shore. And on the shore it's got the ills of man kind of thing, where lots of smokestacks and terrible things going on there. We even had the idea that we were going to throw in the skyline, the Toronto skyline, because we're kind of throwback to being Canadian. And another thing too is whenever we drive over the escarpment, we see on the shoreline the actual skyline of Toronto. So we thought that was a really cool thing to throw in there. And the artwork that Shindy came back with was just amazing. We were floored by it, and I think it really matches up with what we're trying to do as well. So it was like a perfect mix. He really went with it and came up with a great idea.
It was really cool that he kind of took an idea and ran with it himself a bit, kind of kept it a little bit away from just like your typical the jaws of a shark or something that you would kind of expect, and really made it something awesome. Kind of tells a story in its own. I've been really digging the new album from Fit for an Autopsy.
Yeah.
Oh, What the Future Holds. It's really solid. They got some great grooves. And, you know, the latest album from Arcspire, Golden Mouth of Ruin, of course. You can't forget that for a
Tech metal.
death.
Yeah,
you know.
Canadian tech metal,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
What else we got?
Well, I really liked the Vulvadenia stuff. The band from they're like a kind of a slammy tech band from what is it?
South Africa.
South Africa. Yeah. They actually recorded with Christian Donaldson too. That's how I found out about them. And I love their stuff. It's great. It's got a good groove to it. It's got kind of like a really cool vibe to all the lyrics and everything. So yeah, like those guys.
For me, I think the latest release from Psychroptic is growing on me more and more. Divine Council, I believe it is. That album is, for me, like that drummer is a major inspiration, and I love everything that they do, so I'm really digging that album a lot.
Yeah, it sounds so tight.
Yeah.
And I think Injustice coming up with some new singles, so they're going to be dropping something new too.
Yeah.
Super psyched about that.
Love the Injustice.
And the new
New
Spite.
Spite's coming soon too. A little bit less techy, but heavy as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I'll answer that question if you don't mind, boys.
By all means.
Well, I do promote a couple shows around locally, so I do get to see a lot of the cool bands that we have coming up, and some of our, some of the older bands are getting back together too. So we've got a lot of really good bands from around here that are, dropping some new music. Sky Called Fire, Us Alike, of course the boys from Duskwalker, they're doing really well. They're going to be writing some new music too. So yeah, we got a bunch of really good bands around here.
With the release of the new CD, August 26th, we're going to keep trying to support that, and along with that, keep our online presence going. With Shap's hard work and our PR guy, John Asher, it's really come a long way. Like, I know people that haven't seen us for like 9 years online, and now they're like, I can't get enough content. It's just happening every day. There's stuff happening, right?
I got a lot of things when I got our music played on, featured on the website, whaletails.com. Go ahead, Dan.
So yeah, Whale Tales aside, we're doing like better online stuff. So we're continuing going with that, and then keep playing live shows, and keep the community going, and keep playing shows, keep pushing it, and go back to the Shark Tank and get some more music going.
That's key. Yeah. It pairs up with like so many cool things: classical music, jazz music, even rap music. I don't care what anybody says. I like rap metal. And then just pair that up with the aggression of the double kick, the distorted guitar, the slamming, filthy bass, and some like really guttural, disgusting vocals. It's just it goes well with so many different things, and it's aggressive as fuck. So it rules. Yeah.